I'm proud to introduce our next speaker, who I was very fortunate to be at Harvard College 2 weeks ago to celebrate in his college graduation. Please welcome Juan Hernandez-Campos.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Ben said, my name is Juan Hernandez-Campos, and I joined the After School All-Stars back in 6th grade. By that point, I had been in the United States for 1 year, year and a half, and I learned most of my English watching Pokemon reruns and watching the scripts down. Oops. And by the time I got to 6th grade, I picked up a lot of, I understood English. I understood enough English to communicate when I needed to, but I was very shy. I was afraid to speak up in class, to communicate with my teachers. So, for me, one of the most valuable things, and from when I was growing up in Mexico to moving to the United States, or to my graduation 2 weeks ago, I can pinpoint the After School All-Stars as a very, very key part of my life. It made a difference not only in my college career, but in my high school career, and made me the person I am today, speaking here to support an organization I really believe in. So I'm going to explain to you how it is that After School All-Stars played a role in my life by breaking it down in 3 ways. First, learning. I was able to learn academically and socially during my time at After School All-Stars. Number 2, mentorship. I had amazing mentors during my time there, and I can't begin to tell you the impact they had in my life. And number 3, safety, especially at a time that I will share with you where my middle school was not the safest place to be in. So I'll start with learning. Academically, the funny thing is, I just finished my senior thesis about a month ago, and it was this brutal 100-page report, and I can pinpoint the day I learned how to type, because I didn't own a computer when I was in 6th grade. I didn't have a desk to study. I did most of my homework on the floor, and by being an After School All-Stars, I was able to do my homework during that first hour, and in that time, After School All-Stars had 3 hours of instruction. The first hour is sort of think of a homeroom feel type of thing, where you do your homework, talk to the person there, and then you take off to different classes. So one of which was a computer class where I learned how to type, and it's something that for me was normal to not have a computer at the time. But after meeting the type of people I went to at school at Harvard, I know that we had a very different upbringing. So that's the first thing. Academically, socially, I was a very shy kid. I was afraid to get up in the classroom, and by the time I was in everybody's face, by the time I graduated in middle school, and I was class president all 4 years of high school. And during my interviews, every single interviewer told me that I was able to communicate everything I said effectively. And through college, that's something that really helped me. And it started by by my mentors in the after-school program. And that's the next thing I'm going to talk about. On its own, academic tutoring and those types of experiences aren't enough. You need people who care about you, who are willing to invest their time and share with you their path in life. Because, my parents were working, 7 days a week, 16-hour days. They weren't around to talk to me about what it meant to go to college and the important things that I needed to think about. And they were there for me. And this is something that has stayed with me. And the reason I'm here today is because I like to give back, and this is my way of doing so. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is safety. And for me, that's probably the most important thing with respect to After School All-Stars. At that time, unfortunately, some high schools were having a series of gang riots between 2 of the largest gangs in Los Angeles. Then those riots started spreading into the middle schools. I remember walking on campus, and the recess bell was rung to end recess about 5 minutes into it because everybody was fighting. Now, the school shut down. We weren't allowed to go have lunch. They would bring lunch to us, but the only program that kept running was the After School All-Stars after school. Nobody misbehaved there. Everybody liked being on campus, and it's something that kept myself and my friends off the street during that time. And if anything, if you take any message out of here today, is that it really matters what you do between 3 to 6 p.m. It mattered for me, and it mattered for a lot of my friends. So just to wrap this up, I want to tell you that my experience at After School All-Stars really impacted every single minute from the point I graduated from that program to today. and I will be eternally grateful. And I hope you guys, take with you and share this information with other people, because I think it's a fantastic program, and I'm going to continue my best giving back. Thank you.